Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time, we were getting a little bit tense here with the Nextilians. They're really starting to step on our toes, and I don't like it. If we go to the diplomacy screen here, we can clearly see that our reputation, well, I guess you could say our reputation, or we'll say our relationship is not too great with them. We've been having a few little, we'll say, I don't want to say conflicts, but there's a few little things where, they're moving into a system that we own, and then they're claiming it's theirs, and they're really sort of pushing in. We've got this system here, which is, we'll say, one of the more troubling expansions on their part. Renacian, where they've gone ahead and they've established a colony over in this system, which is pushing into our territory. As you can clearly see here, our defensive fleet is encompassing one of their systems, so that's a little bit of an issue. So we're going to be spending some time here working to try to deal with the Nextilians without going full out, we'll say, into war. And the reason for that is, one, the Nextilian on their own, if we go ahead and take a look at the Empire comparison screen, they are decent militarily. It's not like you could compare it to us. Obviously, they're a lot less, but they are still, we'll say within the top 10, and they do have enough power to, definitely bloody us. Now, not only that, but if we click on them, we can see here that they actually have two. That's blue, right? Mutual defense pact. So if we are the aggressor, if we declare war on them, we're going to be dealing with both the Gazurian Conformity and the Roto Prime Collective. Now, I'm not too concerned about the Roto Prime Collective, but the Gazurians, we've been feeding them for a little while. They've been building up. And as we saw here on the Empire comparison screen, let's go ahead and add, let's say, the Nextilians to, I don't know, where's the Gazurians? They are just down here. Well, if we add those numbers together, we get put out to about here, add some Roto Prime Collective, and, their combined strength would be about that of the Great Meridian Alliance. Now, it's still less than half of our total strength, but it is definitely enough to, we would probably lose a colony or two. It would be an annoying war. It would be a real big pain, and I would not like it. So we're trying to find, we'll say, new ways of dealing with the Nextilians. Now, you know what? In the previous, I think it was the previous episode, say the pirate faction that we were funding decided that they didn't want to work with us anymore. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and extend the offer to them again, because I feel like it's just because our relationship with them was so poor that they just decided to jump out of the deal. But you know what? I want to go ahead and try again. Wait. We are annoyed at your cancellation of our protection arrangement. I didn't cancel it. You canceled it, you idiots. Here. Yeah, sure. Here, we'll pay you for that. And we're going to keep paying them. Now, that's going to be, a drain on us financially, but hopefully if we can keep funding them, they can be a pain in the Nextilian side. But, that's not enough. We need to do more to deal with this faction. And while doing that, I can't neglect other parts of my empire, which I kind of have been doing. So, I'm going to have to be jumping around a lot here to sort of manage things. So, next thing on the list, we'll say is, let's take a look at the character screen. I want to see, I'm pretty sure we had an intelligence agent out on a mission. No, it looks, oh yeah, right here. We have Chozol Paklidu, who's doing sabotage missions. Now, we don't have a whole lot of, let me see, assassination. He's not the best at it. Sabotage, he's decent. He's actually best at counter-espionage. Most of our agents are really good at counter-espionage, except for Kobe Callan. He seems to be decent at just straight-up espionage. I'm wondering, let's see if we can't send him out on a mission. Maybe we'll send him in and maybe steal some technology or something. Let's see. Steal research. What can we get from them? Advanced gravitic resonance. Sure, why not? 94% success probability. Sure, we'll grab that. So we'll send Kobe Callan off. I don't want to have any areas where the Nextilians are superior to us in technology. Now, I doubt we're going to be using those technologies because I believe one of those deals with gravity weapons, the other one deals with railguns, which I'm not making a lot of use of. But you know what? I feel like if I can at least match and be superior in technology, that's a big factor. So we got 2 missions from intelligence agents currently working against the Nextilian Union. What else do we need to do? Well, you know what? I'm wondering, can we persuade another faction to go ahead and start beating on the Nexilian Union. We've got a lot of we'll say what are those called? The trade sanctions that are initiated against the Nexilian Union. So why don't we go ahead and, I don't know, talk to somebody here who happens to be currently furious with the Nexilians, and maybe, I don't know, persuade them to maybe take a couple shots at them. I'm thinking, let me see, who's the strongest one currently? The Wakaris Federation. No trade sanctions, but they're all the way down here. It's not exactly the best faction to ask to help out. What about the Kenworth Prime territory? They're a little bit closer, but we don't really have anyone really close. Now there's the Daedalus Technocracy. I'm wondering, can we ask them? Let's negotiate a trade proposal. Can I get you to initiate trade sanctions? I could, but it's going to cost me quite a bit, and I'm not sure if I want to. I'm not sure if I want to pay for that. I think it might be better if I, say, chose a faction that was already had the disposition to go ahead and do that. Let's just see what the option would be. What it would cost us for the Wakaris Federation to. It's not even on the table. Oh, they've already got trade sanctions, so I can't get them to even go to war. It's not even on the table for them. I guess we need to have a better relationship with some of these people before we can sort of ask these things of them. Now, we got the Gazurian Conformity, who have a mutual defense pact with the Nexilians. I'm wondering, can we get them to change that? Like, I could, wow, I could tell them to, we'll say, initiate trade sanctions against the Nexilians, but it would cost me quite a bit. That's a lot of money that I don't have. Now, I'm wondering, I'm really curious here. Okay, I can't do anything right now, but what I am curious about is we're trading with the Gazurians, right? We're giving them Loros fruit and all that. Let me see, Gazurian Conformity. They are currently, where's the Nexilians? Was it the Gazurians I was thinking of? Oh no, maybe I got mixed up here. Wait, what? Nexilian Union. Did I click on the wrong faction before? I think I did. Yes, I did. I clicked on the Rhodian Hive. My bad. Okay, these are the factions that they have pirate protection with? Okay, I'm so sorry. Rindula colonies. I had the Rhodian Hive selected rather than the Nexilians. My bad. So let's see here. Who are the people that are actually furious with them? Okay, so the Wakaris Federation still is. It's just, I don't know. I guess I gotten the mutual defense pacts wrong, but regardless, it doesn't look like there's anything right now that I could do. We'll say diplomatically, or by speaking to other empires to kind of persuade them into, we'll say, getting into a war with them, or even initiating trade sanctions. But okay, because I was scared, because when I was over the Rhodian Hive here, they had a mutual defense pact with the Gazurians, and I was scared because I was giving the Gazurians Loros fruit, and I didn't want. I was wondering, are they taking that and are they trading it with the Nexilians? But they're not. That's I was off. I misclicked. My bad. All right. So for the time being, there's not a whole lot we can do. Maybe we can set up some like, for example, here. Let's see here, Renacian 2. Can we maybe trade for it? Let me see here. Let's go ahead and we'll say, we can't negotiate lifting trade sanctions. Let's see. What? No. No, that's not how it works. I initiate a trade sanction with you. I don't know why you feel like you have the upper hand there. Okay, basically, it was listed on their side that, we'll say, changing the trade sanctions or lifting the trade sanctions was, we'll say, something that they were offering up, that they were putting on the table, when it's completely the opposite. It's us. So if we were to negotiate an end to the trade sanctions, for whatever reason the game thinks that that is something that the the Nexilians would benefit from, or sorry, that we would benefit from. So I don't know, that makes no sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the Desolation Moon project, because that's gotta be getting a little bit more on the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making sure that all of our systems have defensive bases, because you know what, I think that as much as I'm trying to avoid it, this will eventually break out into war. We have 25 components unbuilt on the Desolation Moon. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We've built a few new colonies, and they are without defensive fleets by the looks of things here. Awesome. Our intelligence agent, Mr. Chozul. Oh, darn! I keep messing up his name. Oh, where is it? Chozul Paklidu. He completed his mission. You know what? We're gonna send him off again for another mission against the Nexilians, just to get his to keep honing his skills, because I am going to want him to eventually try destroying some bases. Let me see, destroy base. Let me see, 82%. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's quite at the level that I want him at yet. So we're gonna go ahead and just choose sabotage construction. And where was that? Bandit's Cave, right? That was the name of the Brigand's Cave. And that's the base that I'm sending him off to sort of to practice on, to sort of, like I said, hone his skills. Okay. What are we under attack from? Whoa, hold up. Hold up, what is going on here? Wait a second, these are Teekans. The Teekans are attacking us. They're angry with us. Let's go ahead and talk with them. Let's send them a warning. Let's see, stop your military attacks against us. Yes, we send attacks on you. Our ship's hunting you because you mean. Stop being crazy bad. Then we stop attacks, okay? Oh. Okay, so it would appear that the Nexilians... Alright. They want to play that way, do they? Alright. Level them. Wipe them out. Show them what we've got. Don't let him get away. Let no one survive. Oh, there's another ship. Oh, he's gonna get away. No, he's not. Pursue. Darn it, he is gonna get away, isn't he? Alright, so there's another little wrinkle to things. Okay. Let me see, fleet. Desolation Moon fleet. There we go. Yeah, I think we've got him. So they warped in, and they're trying to target the Desolation Moon at this point. Now this actually does remind me. Did we miss the entire fight? I think we missed the entire fight. Strike Force Alpha and Bravo. I sent them down to this system here to deal with the pirates, and I see nothing left. Okay, that's okay. Refuel and repair the fleet. Sure. We'll get them all off and repairing. We need to be at the top of our game because it looks like the Teekans are getting aggressive with us. We don't have all-out war, but you know what? I almost kind of want to retaliate on that one. Let me see. Let's take a look at their reputation, because I would assume that doing something like that, you know, just attacking reputation evil. Look at this. Evil. Because they attacked without officially declaring war, you know, that's kind of seen as an underhanded move. So it's like, I don't know if I want to stoop to their level. My reputation is already, you know, it says satisfactory, but because of the Way of Darkness and how big we are, our reputation with people is already so strained. I'm not sure if I want to, we'll say, repay the favor. Nexilians, I'm kind of curious what their reputation is as well. And I forgot how that might have factored into our ability to ask different factions to do stuff for us. Let's see here. Where are you? Nexilians? Satisfactory. So that might be a reason why they're a little bit less likely to, we'll say, the other factions are willing to go ahead and attack them. But the Teekans are straight up evil. Let me see. Can we persuade maybe the Rhodian Hive to open up war here with the Teekans? Rhodian Hive, how are you doing, guys? Disputed bases, no. I'm having a hard time with the trade system in here. I wish there was a little bit more I could do with that, but yeah, all right. So I guess I'm really this is sort of the smart way to do it. It's like I want to push out, you know, I want to deal with some of these threats, but because so many of these factions are now intertwined with others, you know, they have these relationships. I feel like all the small dogs have kind of been taken out, and now we're getting into the medium-sized ones. And actually, the Rhodian Hive, yeah, they have the mutual defense pact with the Gazurians and another faction, so I don't want to mess with them either. The Teekans are probably, let me take a look here. They do have a... Where the heck is the Realday Corporation? They have how many planets? 2 colonies. Okay, these guys are pitiful. I'm not worried about them whatsoever. But you know what? I'm actually going to stop trading my Laurus fruit with these guys. Yeah, you want to start attacks like that? We're gonna punish you. And in fact, you know what? Teekan Corporation, how much money are we making with them? We are making a lot of money with them. Well, you know what? No, they initiated an attack on us. They are going to pay for it. So we're at least going to cut off we'll say the really nice resources from them. But yeah, things are getting a little bit complicated. All right, Clatueni Major 3. You don't have a base yet, and it's because you have resource shortages. You know what? Let's go ahead and just start setting things up. Once they have their base, I'll get them to build their own defensive fleet. So that's what I'm going to do here. I've waited long enough for the AI to go ahead and sort of do the building for us. This one here still has not gone ahead and built one. So medium spaceport and a defensive base. Let's go ahead and just do that for them. It does look like they've the automation has done a good job of, we'll say, setting up, getting troops on the ground. And that's great. But as far as, we'll say, their space presence, that definitely needs a little bit of work. Let's see. What about you? Do you have a? You do not have a base or a defensive base, or a spaceport and a defensive base. So I'm gonna go around to some of my, we'll say, new colonies and just make sure that they are all set up with, you know, proper defenses and the ability to, you know, build ships and maintain ships and stuff like that. Because, like I said, this area of space, especially, I really feel like things are about to, they're about to heat up a little bit. We've already checked this system. What about the Brachnis Curus system? Yes, you guys are good. Okay. Oh, I love this. This is rich. The Teekan Corporation is giving us a monetary gift. Have happy time, okay? Yeah, bye. I am not happy with them. I am really not happy with them. Looks like we have had some expansion. I believe that is from the Pentalumen Prime Utopia. They have gone ahead and they have expanded up into Gazurian territory. Now this here, this looks like it would have to have been an invasion because, let me see. Yeah, they're at war. Because I was going to say that's definitely farther than 2 sectors away. But it's interesting that the Pentalumen Prime Utopia was willing to go ahead, fly all the way across the galaxy to engage in, we'll say, a war over here. I'm kind of curious as to how things are going over here. Because, you know, we kind of have this interest in the Gazurians and making sure that they are sort of well taken care of. You know, just because they're paying us money, but yeah, it doesn't look like the Pentalumen Prime Utopia is going to be holding this planet for much longer. Oh, nice. The Coloros Medical Academy has been built. We've completed construction of the Coloros Medical Academy at our colony, Calarba Major 4. Blah, 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 blah. It gives us a colony development of plus 40%, an empire population as a plus 30% growth rate, and an annual maintenance of 20,000 credits. That is definitely going to be awesome. Let's go to the event location. I want to see this planet. Calarba Major 4. Nice development. The development is at 175%. And now our growth rate across our empire has been improved. So we're going to be seeing, we'll say, an increase, one, in our cash flow, because we're going to be making more money from this planet. But in addition to that, we're also going to be seeing, we'll say, greater growth from our individual planets. So like our smaller planets here, our new colonies, you know, I can see them really building up a little bit quicker because now we've got that plus 30% that applies to our entire empire. And look at all these planets that we've got have zero tax. There's so much untapped money in my empire that if I really wanted to put the pedal to the metal and just let's destroy everything, I probably could. And you know what? Let's go ahead and beef up some taxes here while we're on this screen. Yeah, 20% on this one. Just a little bit. Just a couple little increases here and there. I'm kind of curious, what is my private sector? Holy crap, my private sector has so much cash on hand. I'm so undertaxing these guys. I should be taxing them a whole lot harder. It does look like we have a Tikan military ship moving up. Where are you headed and why are you heading there? It's an escort. We also have a gas mining ship. Why do we have a Tikan gas mining ship heading into our territory? Well, I guess we don't have trade sanctions against them, so where are you headed? We don't know his mission. We just know he's flying through our system. He's probably escorting this gas mining ship. I'm really curious as to where this guy is going. I am really curious. Because I don't feel like the Tikans have any business in my territory right now. It's so interesting how quickly, we'll say, the crosshairs change targets. You know, I was all about, you know, taking out the Nexilians, and now it's like the Tikans have gone ahead and drawn a big target on their backs. Where are you going? I'm really wondering if I should be initiating a trade sanction against them. No, you know, let's try to stay somewhat diplomatic. You know, I don't want to get too aggressive. I feel like we're at that part of the game where we'll say early to mid-game expansion is kind of slowing, and now it's about making the most of your territory and making small little advancements in either direction, in different directions than that. So, let me take a look here. Let's take a look at the map itself. This area is always this area here is so interesting to me because you got so many different factions that are sort of just all over the place. Are these Tikans? Yeah, so it looks like the Tikans have expanded out. These guys are our allies, right? Yeah, the Great Cadian Territory. Looks like they've had some trouble with, we'll say, keeping their planets. Huh. So we have the Tikans who have set up some territory here. The Cadian Empire, how many, they only have one colony. I find that so interesting. The Cadian Empire here, the red faction, has one colony, and, you know, they're actually 15th place. They're actually better than the Roto Prime Collective and the Raldin Corporation and the Shandar. They're actually about tied with the Shandar Paradise. That's really interesting. That I will say a territory with one colony. However, that's military strength. What is overall? Like, I want to see. Overall, they're 12th place. Economy-wise, how are they doing? 16th. Strategic value, obviously they're a little bit lower because they only have one planet, and territory, they're right near the bottom. But yeah, they're actually for a small little faction, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. I don't know, this area space always intrigues me. There's a little bit of messiness over here as well, but that's the one that we'll say intrigues me the most. Alright, it looks like the Pentalumen Prime Utopia and the Gazurians have, we'll say, settled their differences and the war has ended. And unsurprisingly, the Gazurians went ahead and they retook their planet, so good on you, Gazurians. I don't really have a problem with the Pentalumen Prime Utopia, but, you know, I would rather have, we'll say, a faction I kind of understand a little bit better, and one that's, you know, I currently have an arrangement with, than having them take over more of that territory. But, yeah, just figured I'd point that little tidbit out. Alright, I actually came into the ship design screen because I realized, you know, a lot of my military ships were left on, we'll say, manual, manual upgrade. So I went ahead and I said auto upgrade selected designs, and what that typically does is it goes ahead and it takes the design, but it puts, we'll say, better components where the you know, the older components were. Now, when I went ahead and did that, it did go ahead and we'll say knock my capital ship design up to a size of 806, which is 6 units above what I can actually build. So we're gonna go ahead and maybe spend a little bit of time here in the ship design screen. And what I want to do here is, well, one, verify that we do have the torrent drive. So we do have our new fancy hyperdrive on here, but I do also want some area shield recharge. And I think that would be nice to have at least one of those on my capital ships. So that's going to be 20 points, which means I need to shave off a total of 26 points of weight on this thing. So let's see here. What can we do without? Well, I'm not sure. Maybe if I knocked off a few of the concussion missiles here. Concussion missiles, we look at a damage of 8, and when we compare it to let me see here. Let's take a look at the Titan beam. Concussion missiles have a much longer range, so I guess that's kind of good. But this also has fighter bays on it, doesn't it? It has a fighter bay. So I think that maybe a fighter bay would be more effective than... Actually, what would be more effective? Fighter bay or the missiles? I'm pretty sure that the fighter bay would be a little bit more, I don't know. It would be a little bit more efficient. So we'll go ahead and, it's not like we're getting rid of all of the concussion missiles. So let's just go ahead and maybe take off 3 of those, throw area shield recharge on there, and that still leaves us with 4 points that we can go ahead and put into something else. And what would we want to put in there? Because let's see, we've got the shields, we've got, we've pretty much got everything we would want on here. We've even got the repair bots. Well, when you need, we'll say when you need a little bit of extra space filled up, just throw on armor. There we go. 2, 3, 4, done. Now I do want to go ahead and take a look at the other ships to make sure that, while they were edited, they didn't break my ships too much. Let's see, what have we got here for the carrier? The carrier seems fine. I could probably throw an area shield recharge because I don't see it on the list here either. That's going to bring it up to almost my my capital ship size, but I don't want to get quite to that size, so we'll leave that as is. But I do want to have those area shield recharges because I like the idea of having sort of a, we'll say a group, sort of a cluster of ships that are all sort of helping to recharge each other. There we go. And resupply ship. That seems like the kind of thing you would want to have. You would want to have a the area shield recharge on as well. It's kind of like a mothership, capital ship type thing. And dang, it's nice because I think the resupply ship, because it's technically considered a base, can go over the 800 size limit. So that's kind of cool. Go ahead and throw that on there as well. I do hope that we have enough energy for it. Let me see, excess energy output, 593. That's something I forgot to take into account with the other ships. Let me go back. Let's just go ahead and make sure that these have enough energy output. Oh yeah, this has got even higher energy output. 663. The maximum weapon energy use per second is going to be 409. And the let's see, the area shield recharge, it basically takes let's see, 600 energy. Oh, it takes 600 energy to be able to pull that off. Okay, what am I looking at right now? The Trident MK2, which is my capital ship. What about cruisers? Okay, they have enough excess energy output, so they'd have to stop for a second to help recharge other shields, but it could still be done. But the resupply ship does not have enough excess energy, so we will probably want to be putting an extra, we'll say, reactor on here to just create a little bit more energy. There we go, 773, perfect. That's just what we want. So let's go ahead and save that design. Everything else I think is kind of good as it is. I went ahead and I did go ahead and we'll say automatically we'll say retrofit the or upgrade, sorry, the gas mining and mining stations. I want to see what we've got on here. They do have Titan beams, concussion missiles. They still have the fighter bays that I put on there. Advanced fighter bay, they do still have that. Okay, awesome. So we're good. We've gone ahead and we've upgraded some of the designs. We're probably going to go ahead and get a let's say a message up at the top here telling us, hey, you should probably retrofit some of your ships. And they probably would be right about that. So awesome, another successful intelligence mission. Let's see, our engineers have completed research on the resonant graviton beam because of the wonderful work done by Kobe Callan. Good job, guy. Before I go ahead and send him off on another mission, I do want to go ahead and go to my fleet screen, and at least my strike forces go ahead and start retrofitting them. So like Strike Force Alpha, for instance, I want you guys to go ahead and retrofit to latest designs, because they are currently older designs. You know, Bravo as well. Once those two are done, I'll get Charlie and Delta, and then I'll go ahead and get Echo to retrofit right after that. And like I said, I'll probably be getting a notification saying, hey, you got a bunch of new designs, you should probably retrofit your ships. But that will come in time. You know, just because we have a brand new technology, you know, it's nice to be able to go ahead and implement that right away. But, you know, that's not how things work in real life either. You know, you have new technology, it does take some time for that to get out into the field. Okay, I'm noticing quite a few Tekken ships moving through my territory, and it's really starting to annoy me. What have we got here? We have a... Whoa, what is this? What is this? We have a gas mining station. A Tekken gas mining station. In our territory. The JJ51 or JJ5L? I don't know. Let's go ahead and talk to the Tekkens. Let's see if we can't deal with that that base. This gas mining station, that's clearly... Wow, disputed. 78 million is what you would want from us? You know what? You attacked one of our bases. Let's go ahead and attack one of yours. Would that be seen as an act of aggression? Kind of would, wouldn't it? That'd be a shame. I'm like, no, you know what? Screw it. You guys attacked us. You know, we were completely unprovoked. You know, or we'll say you attacked us unprovoked. But you know what? No. Screw it. I'm gonna get rid of the... You know what? There's another base up here, I think. Yeah, that's where the other one is. Actually, you know what? Stop. I really don't want to drop my reputation down worse than it is. I hate this. It's like you clearly see that my toes are being stepped on, but at the same time, you know, I have to remain, we'll say, diplomatic. I have to kind of maintain that order, that balance, and I can't just go ahead and say, all right, let's go ahead and destroy it. Despite the... What the heck? Never mind. What did I just say? What was I saying? They're trying to attack the Desolation Moon again. Okay, this is we'll say your strike 2, buddy. We're gonna go ahead and issue. Actually, you know what? Straight up. Where is it? Trade sanctions. Yee! We very angry on you. Big trouble coming for you. No smell, people. Sure. Yeah, you can't pull this kind of crap and expect me to not react. So, we're gonna go ahead and initiate trade sanctions. I feel like that is the appropriate response. That is the appropriate response while being able to sort of save face, right? I'm able to maintain my reputation if I go ahead and do that. Our intelligence network has uncovered a covert arrangement of the Roto Prime Collective against the Great Meridian Alliance. You know what? Let's actually... Do I want to tell them about this? You know what? No, keep that information to ourselves. I seem to do that for the most part. My thinking is, you know, the Roto Prime Collective is a smaller faction. The Great Meridian Alliance is closer to, we'll say, a rival to us. So, you know, if it hinders them a little bit, it's in our best interest. All right, there we go. All right, so it looks like, we'll say, relationships with the Tekkens are sort of breaking down as well. That's great. Dang, okay. So we're having some troubles with both the Nexilians and the Tekkens, but I'm not quite willing to... I don't really want to go to war right now. I'm kind of like, you know, I want to stay nice for a little while. I want to see if there's, we'll say, more creative ways to deal with my problems. All right, you guys head back to the Desolation Moon. We are going to have some more... we're definitely going to be having some more attacks in the future now that our relationship with the Tekkens has broken down even further. Warning to stop attacks. You've got to be kidding me. Is that going to hurt our reputation? We're still satisfactory. Okay, I just noticed that we're not researching our middle. Let's see, research breakthrough. Our engineers have completed research in pure energy conversion. This breakthrough provides improvements to the existing component quantum engine, which means we're no longer researching anything under energy and construction. So, why don't we go ahead and, we'll say, research something else in this section? Maybe like advanced engines. There we go. We will go ahead and we'll say research that. Maybe long range hyper jump blocking. That sounds like fun too. And then after we've got that done, what's this? Shield multipliers. Oh, it's just an improvement to the Meridian shields. Yeah, you know what? We could instant jump initiation. Is that really? Okay, it's not literally instant. But that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? Let's go ahead and we've got two things queued up. I'll think a little bit more about what else I would want to add to that. Now, unfortunately, I am out of time. So we're going to have to go ahead and end things here. Next time, I'm probably going to go ahead and set up defensive fleets for some of these additional, we'll say, colonies. Probably increase my taxes just a little bit to sort of offset the, we'll say, the loss in money I'm not getting from trade. I don't think it's going to be that big of an impact, but, you know, that's probably what I'm going to likely do. And we're going to continue dealing with these pushy neighbors of ours. But yeah, if you like the video, you like the content, and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.